Right, let's go ahead and open up our terminal. So for this instance, I'm not going to use the terminal within IntelliJ. And right here, I'm going to use iterm. And remember before we disconnected Docker. So basically I need to start Docker again. So Docker, there we go. So just give it a second and it's up and running. So if I do Docker PS, you can see that we have access to the Docker daemon. And now let's go ahead and basically I want to cd into demo folder. So this is where we have our application. Enter. And obviously I need to go to desktop first. So desktop and then demo, just like that. So that folder in there. And now if I press Ctrl L for a second, and the command that we're going to run is / and then mvn and then w. And for Windows, don't type nvm and then w, just type actually don't type /, just type this and mvnw, and then we're going to say gib and then colon and then docker and then build. And finally I want to say minus and then capital D, and I'm going to say gib.to.image equals to, and this will be the name of our image. So here we want to name this as full and then stack and then colon and then v1. So this is the version. So this is the version 1 of our application. So now I'm going to press enter. And this should now use gib to build a local image. And here you can see that it's actually executing some tasks and it's pulling the base image. And in our case, the base image is OpenJDK in here, this one. So just give it a second. And by the way, my internet, it's really slow. And there we go. And here you can see that build image to Docker daemon as full stack and then version 1. So here, what we're going to do is the following. I'm going to clear the screen. So I'm going to press Ctrl and then L. And then remember before we typed Docker and then image and then ls and we had nothing. So now if I do Docker image ls, we should see that we have full stack and then the tag is v1 and this is the image ID. And for some reason, this was actually built 51 years ago, which is not correct. And then this is the size. Now, in order for us to run the application using Docker, let's type Docker and then run, and we're going to give it a name. So --name full and then stack. And then I want to say -P. So I want to map port 8080 to port 8080 on the container. And now we have to specify the image name. So full and then stack, column, and then version 1. Now let's go ahead and press enter. And you can see that this has indeed started the application. So here, so have a look. So if I put this a little bit bigger so you can see, so here, sadly, let me just put this full screen, by the way, just like that. And you can see in here, Tomcat started on port 8080. So this is awesome. So which means that if I open up my web browser, and then in here, if I say localhost colon and then 8080, enter, you can see that our application is running within a Docker container. So this is nice, right? So here, if I Control C out of that, and if I clear the screen and then go back in here, and then if I refresh, you can see that this is gone, right? So again, Docker run, and then --, we give it a name, -p, and then 8080. So this is the host, and then inside of the container, we map to 8080. So for example, if you want to reach port, let's say port 3000, for example, on the host. And this is actually in use already. So if I do a docker and then rm and then dash and then f, and we want to delete full and then stack. There we go, that's gone. And let's just run the image again, but mapping 3000 to 8080. There we go, Tomcat started on port 8080. And now if I reload this, this is not going to work. That's because we mapped to 3000, and that will send to 8080 within the container. So if I press enter, you see that the application works beautifully. So this is working. So we've managed to package up our application within a Docker image, and we've used Jib to build a local image right here. So next, what we want to do is to use Jib to build and push an image to Docker Hub. If you have any questions on what we've done so far, go ahead and let me know. But I would say go ahead and brush upon Docker if you still having issues understanding exactly what is going on, because once you take the full Docker course, which is for free, then all of this will make sense. But also, if you have any questions, go ahead and let me know.